Bringing Mr. TAALAM here is mob lynching. IPOA is reacting to what the public, and that public is not representative enough. Due process must be followed. An inquest must be put in place. For record purposes, the DIG reported an offense, an allegation. Communication between the DIG to an OCS does not exist. The political class, civil society, and very many other actors are paying blood for the DIG.
Clean their names, to look for somebody who can be blamed, to look for somebody who was never there, who was far off from the scene, who was never anywhere near at that particular place. But because of the hula baloo that is going on, because of the interest out there, what does IPOA and the other officers want to do? They come into a public relations exercise.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is good to see you once again. For the record, I remain Felix Keaton, and I appear alongside my learned seniors. You all know Senior Omari, Senior Ombeta, and all other attorneys at law. We have had a fruitful session today before the court of law. Reasons being, you've seen what has been going rounds, but now it was our day today to put on record all these issues surrounding the death of Albert Ojwang, and also to demonstrate that our client is not criminally culpable in any way. We've done our part. We've interrogated and confronted the evidence that were tendered by the Independent Policing Oversight Authority. The court has had a chance of hearing us and also hearing the side of the prosecution. And as we all know, ruling will be rendered on Wednesday, and we await the court's finding or determination on that. Of course, this was also a good day because from the legal perspective, many issues have arose. You've all seen there are gray areas in law which needs to be illuminated by the court. And we hope also that ruling also, apart from settling the issues in controversy, will also be able to illuminate certain aspects of law for the benefit and also for our betterment of our jurisprudence. So from my side, I beg to rest. I will invite in my seniors.
OCS TAALAM has been brought to court today. I'm reliably also informed, or we as the team, that he has been interdicted and has been asked to be reporting every week at Eldoret Police Station. Even with that in mind, the state, through IPOA, has decided that they want to bring him to court and hold him for investigation. This is a man who they are saying probably would want to abscond, probably would want to interfere with the witnesses. Getting one thing, all along he has been outside. If he wanted to interfere, he would have done that before. He did not. He had a free ticket. He would have gone. He did not do that. Being a straightforward person, and a person of integrity, and a person of his standing, and a person who has a family, who sympathizes with this situation, he'd want to clear his name. He wouldn't want to go out in disgrace. And I said this before. All they needed to do is ask him, come, let us record your statement, come, let us do this. And when you charge him, then interdict him. But because of the hula baloo that is going on, because of the interest out there, what does IPOA and the other officers want to do? They come into a public relations exercise. To do what? To clean their names, to look for somebody who can be blamed, to look for somebody who was never there, who was far off from the scene, who was never anywhere near at that particular place. And they say he wants to interfere with the CCTVs and such kind of a thing, when already IPOA had already taken over the scene before he arrived there. A public relations exercise. And I said it before. Who is going to be the fall guy? When I saw how it was going, I said the OCS would be the fall guy. Isn't it coming to pass? Instead of us playing this public relations exercise, let us go to the nitty-gritty of the case. Let us find out the details. Let us do the investigation. And in all this, as we do it, let us be fair. Let us use all this that we call the fundamental rights and everything. They are there for a reason. They are there to protect such kind of victims and other persons. Let us not play public relations.
The country is in a mourning mood for the loss of one Ojwang. The defense team here passes condolences to that family. The defense here is just discharging its mandate under the cab-rank rule that we have got to defend everybody who comes to us. Our client, TAALAM, passes condolences to the family of Ojwang. But after that, several key points need to come to the public. One, Mr. TAALAM was never arrested in Eldoret, where he comes from. His lawyer, Kito, presented him to the DCI, and the DCI took him to IPOA, where he recorded a statement. Number two, Mr. TAALAM had handed over the station to his deputy and handed over all the instruments of an OCS, which is the office, the pocket phone and everything, when this occurrence happened. And we shall be raising a defense of alibi. Third, IPOA has confirmed that the deceased died in a police cell. The law of anybody who dies in a police cell is in section 385, 386, 387, and 388 of the Criminal Procedure Code. An inquest happens. We have gone to the High Court, filed a constitutional petition before the judge that the arraignment of the OCS is actuated by other exterior issues. The political class, civil society, and very many other actors are baying blood for the DIG, who equally comes from Eldoret. And that is why we are very clear that let not TAALAM be sacrificed just because of his ethnicity. For record purposes, the DIG reported an offense, an allegation. Communication between the DIG to an OCS does not exist. The chain of command of the DIG is to give directions. If at all, he'll give directions to the operations director. That information will be relayed to the regional commanders. The regional commanders will relay the information to the county commanders. The county commanders will relay information to the OSPD. Then from the OSPD to the OCS. Let us not move in the manner we are moving, because this bringing Mr. TAALAM here is mob lynching. IPOA is reacting to what the public, and that public is not representative enough. Due process must be followed. An inquest must be put in place so that the country knows what is there. The police cell called Central, the media will not be allowed to be there. From entry, you get a report office where the sentry, who has the key, is. There were two. From there, where they were, to the entry, the gate going to the cells is more than 15 meters. Then that is the only door that one can access the cells. Then after you get inside, you get a holding area where when advocates go, they take instructions from their clients and such things. Then there's a corridor, and in that corridor, on the left-hand side, there are 3 cells. The first cell belongs to women. It is lockable. The second cell belongs to the children. It is lockable. The third cell, the last cell on the other side, it belongs to men. It is not lockable. It is a cubicle. On the right-hand side, there are also 3 other male cells. They are not lockable. If one is in cube 1, he has access to cube 2, he has access to cube 3, he has access to the opposite cell. And that IPOA is not telling the country. It is not true that the deceased was in a cell to himself that was locked. Then the last part is the ablution. The distance from the last cell to the officers at the report office is more than 100 meters. Inside the cell, there were inmates. The police called them prisoners. And anybody who has gone to Central Police Station will agree that there's a lot of noise. Those who are drunk and disorderly are arrested. People are making a lot of noise. It is a mess of a market. Expecting the OCS to know what has happened. It is not the first time a prisoner has died in police cell. Yesterday, one died at Omari. It is common. All the inmates are criminals, suspects of serious offenses. No policeman is allowed to be with them in the cells. And that is why we are telling IPOA that this matter can only be resolved by an inquest where the magistrate lives here. Members of the fourth estate are allowed to access the cells, and the interrogation is conducted where everybody will give his explanation, and the recommendation goes to the DPP. If the DPP finds somebody culpable, that person is the one to be arrested, and the DPP approves the charges. We know very well the commissioners in IPOA are greenhorns. They came to the office 2 months ago. They might not be knowing the right procedures to follow. Ojwang was killed illegally.